All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Neil Voloshin. He is the CEO of Cavitation Technologies. And Neil, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks very much, Steve. Good to be with
Yeah,
you.
excited. I'm excited to learn a bit more about your company. Very fascinating. Give me a bit of background on Cavitation.
Sure. Cavitation Technologies became public and trading in OTCQB under symbol CVAT, became public in 2008. So the company is really the tech company related to space in fluid processing technologies. And to conceptually understand it, it is the way technology works. It breaks or changes a physical or molecular structure in fluids, thus creating the environment where, for example, a chemical reaction that may take a day, a month, or a year is done instantaneously, reduction in usage of chemicals, better ROI. So we are not changing the processes of fluid processing, applications. We just make them a lot more efficient and better.
Yeah, tell me a bit about how the technology works. It's all based on getting the fluid to go through a cylinder, right?
Correct. You're correct. So the cylinder is, the way it is positioned, and the range could be anywhere from 10 gallons per minute to as high as 500 gallons per minute. I'll focus for a second, for example, on water remediation, what we do in the Permian Basin to treat frac and produced water. So in essence, what happens is inside the chamber, we have various configurations. The pressure or the fluid is entering one side of the chamber, and it's a pass-through technology. So inside the chamber, we create a lot of energy, because the pressure on the entry point ranges anywhere from 150 psi to as high as 1100 psi. In essence, what's occurring, the physical composition of fluid is broken into nanoparticles or micro vapor bubbles. Basic chemistry: particle size, temperature, and catalyst, for example. So particle size is nano. It means that the reaction will be accelerated. Temperature inside the chamber at the molecular level, temperature of a sun. Even though from point A to point B, maybe it increases just by one degree. And now you need a little bit of catalyst, or the reaction that takes stoichiometric amount, which is X, is reduced anywhere from 80 to 100%. So it's a green technology, makes more money for the end user, easy integration. So that's conceptually how it works.
Yeah, Neil, what sort of liquids do you do this with? Can it be used for anything? What sort of is the main sort of liquid that you would put through that cylinder?
Conceptually, yes. We just have to be selective, but it's multiple applications. This technology, again, where we have a success rate is water remediation business, whether it is for fracking or produced water, also in the agriculture. Further, for example, we do in vegetable oil refining. We also do some fun stuff, alcoholic beverages. We do some crazy stuff with that, which is, it's actually coming to the marketplace. So like I said, it's just not a technology just for one process, but multiple applications.
Now, I know the company's had some recent wins, including a 3-year renewal agreement. Tell me a little bit about the successes you've had over the last little while.
Of course. Vegetable oil refining, very conservative business. We've been working with a company out of Belgium, Desmet Balestra. This is one of the largest engineering firms in the world. We've been working with them for the last 12, 13 years. This is our 4th or 5th contract, which is 3-year term. Desmet just placed along with this particular contract and fairly good size order, $650,000. So we anticipate from Desmet this year to be about $1 million in revenue. And just to understand how our matrix works in the finance, our fixed cost is about $600,000 a year. That's our OPEX and COGS, for example. So it's very fixed as far as where we are. Our margins, even though we're doing hardware, range anywhere from 80 to 85%, our gross margins. So once we pass the threshold of about 600,000, our fixed cost, 80% of the money we generate goes to the bottom line.
Yeah. Tell me about 2024. What's ahead for the company? I know you're at a conference right now talking to people. So obviously you're out really promoting what you're doing. So what's the sort of plan for the rest of this year?
Yeah, I'm in Denver, Colorado. Actually, beautiful sunshine day today. We're really thinking that we're going to have major strides in water remediation, both related to frac and produced water treatment and agriculture. And there are multiple technologies that are being brought in, and the basis for what we do, for example, how you treat water, major reduction in chemical usage, water oxygenation, removal of BOD, for example. It's a huge deal, removal of BOD, which is biochemical oxygen demand. So all these matters are really important, but because I described to you, we create so much energy inside our cylinder, we call it that way. I mean, we annihilate, bacteria and unwanted products. So it is a big deal because we create more money for the end user without really changing the way they operate. Integration of a technology takes anywhere from half an hour to 24 hours. Done. And the company can operate. So 24, really we'll look forward into water remediation. That should be our huge thing coming up.
Yeah, and lastly, Neil, it seems like the greening of this of the technology that you talked about inside the nano reactor is really what people are looking for, because there's so much waste out there that people are really trying to find a way to control some of that waste, and it sounds like this is a solution you have for them.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what we're working on. We're working with government agencies as well across the board in Texas, New Mexico. We work with a number of universities, for example, University of Guadalajara in Mexico. We work with them as well. We're going to work, for example, on dairy, hydrocarbons. So a lot of research. We anticipate in 24, we're actually going to generate some white paper behind the technology, what we do. It's kind of easy to say, hey, we're here to save the world. But at the end of the day, very few people care about it. What people do care about it, while they're in business, they say, okay, how do we monetize on it? If you bring your technology, do we change the way we operate? We don't. We stay where you are, which is going to make your process a lot more efficient. That's the goal. That's the objective. That's how the company's operating.
Yeah, save the green by going green, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly
Neil,
right.
Neil, thanks so much. Good to see you. Thanks, appreciate
All
the
right,
time.
thanks, Steve.
All right, there's Neil Voloshin. He's the CEO of Cavitation Technologies.